Well, if you've ever wondered how people on YouTube create their thumbnail pictures for their videos, sometimes it takes a lot of time and meticulous thought and planning and figuring out where and when we're going to take this and what we're trying to convey. And sometimes the goat gets out and you just have to snatch him up and take the opportunity to do that. So anyway, howdy folks, my name's Reagan. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We've been talking about joy in our Capsule sermon series that we're going through, and specifically going through the book of Philippians and all the times that Paul mentions joy in this letter to the church at Philippi. What I was thinking about when I was reading this and studying over this, at some point in our lives, we've all been stuck in some kind of rut. Now, maybe we're actually like stuck on the side of the road. Our vehicle broke down. Happened to me yesterday again. And maybe sometimes like we're stuck in a rut at work, or there's something going on maybe in a relationship where we can't get, where, a groove turns into a rut pretty quickly, doesn't it? Where we get going and everything's running smooth, and all of a sudden we're stuck. Paul is writing this letter to the church at Philippi from a Roman prison. I would say it's fair to say that he is stuck, or he would, I guess, be stuck in a rut at this point if it weren't for the attitude that he has. In verse 21, chapter 1, verse 21, leading up to that point, Paul is describing about how he's in this prison and things could be going bad. I mean, he doesn't know really how this is going to turn out, right? He doesn't know whether he's going to live or die. And what he ends up saying is this in verse 21. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Paul says, look, if I'm alive, I'm still working for God. He's finding joy in that work. But even if he is to perish in captivity here, he gets to go and be with the Lord. So, heads I win, tails you lose. No matter what, he's going to come out ahead. But what he goes on to say in the next couple of verses is that he's confident that he's going to make it out of this situation because of the joy that he's going to find in, or the joy that it would bring to the church that he's writing to. So listen to this. This is verses 25 and 26. And being confident of this, and being confident of this, I know that I shall remain and continue with you all for your progress and joy of faith, that your rejoicing for me may be more abundant in Jesus Christ by my coming to you again. See, Paul is not finding joy in his circumstances. He's in captivity. His situation looks pretty bleak at the moment. But he doesn't worry so much about whether or not he's going to make it out, because for him, to live is an opportunity to share the love of Jesus Christ, to share the gospel with people that he's around. Or if he dies, then he goes and be with Jesus. His joy is not found in his circumstances. His joy is found in what the Lord has done for him and what the Lord continues to do for him. You see, wherever you are, if you're in a rut or wherever you are in life, you are there for a purpose. Now, that may mean the checkout line at the grocery store. It may mean where you work. It may mean the family life that you have. Wherever you are, you have been put there for a purpose. We should take every moment like that we have to tell people about Jesus. You see, the person that you cross paths with, has been put there. It may be their benefit to interact with you in that particular moment. What we had happen this week is one of our little goats that we have, one of our newborn kids from Rosemary, ended up passing away. She had some coccidia, and we treated her, did everything we could for her, and she couldn't pull out of it. And that just happens when they're little like that. Sometimes those are the kind of things that you deal with. That's a bummer. We don't enjoy having to bury and take care of little goats when they pass away. We'd rather them live and thrive here on the farm, but that's not the case with all of them. Now, we could spend a lot of time being bummed out about that, but what we ended up doing, of course, was we got a tree out here in the field, and just a bunch of goats, right, buried around that tree. I took that opportunity with the kids to tell them what's happening, to teach them about life, to teach them about death, because both of those things are intertwined, right? And also to teach them about the opportunity, or teach them, about God's grand design for the world. He created all things because of sin. The world is fallen into disarray, but God has promised that through Jesus Christ, and eventually all things will be brought back or reconciled back to Him when all things are made new. We don't find joy in our circumstances. We find joy in what God does, what He will do, and what what he has done in the past, what he has done, what he does, and what he will do going forward. God is faithful to keep his promises. So let's find joy in what he has promised. Let's find joy in the Lord and not about just the things that may be happening to us here on this earth. My name's Reagan. Thank you so much for being a part of what we are doing here on the Homestead. I hope you have a great day. We'll see y'all soon.